Welcome into New Orleans Saints Now. I'm your host, Trace Jar, and today we're going to be discussing some Alvin Kamara trade rumors. Is he going to get traded to the Eagles, to another team that needs a running back? I don't know, but you better stick around for today's video. And before we get started, I want you to go down and comment who dat if you're a subscriber to this channel. If you're a part of the Golden Gang, if you're a real one, go down, comment who dat. Take advantage of the intro. It's going to have about 6 seconds. Comment who dat if you're a subscriber. And if not, hit that sub button. So as we're talking, is a Kamara trade happening? There's been a lot of buzz. The Twitter streets have been going crazy. It's been absolutely wild. But is an Alvin Kamara trade gonna go down? There's apparently some teams, according to some crazy Twitter bots, like NFL Rumors, some other random Twitter accounts. I don't know what to make of it. I don't really believe it. But could a trade happen? Here at Chat Sports, I have a job to do, and it's to report any rumors, any buzz that we see. But I want to take a second to get a gauge of what Alvin Kamara actually tweeted last night on his account, on his personal. He did the whole Michael Jackson eating popcorn gif, like, this is fun. This is entertaining. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Because, I mean, there's been no notable sources, no Saints sources, no NFL insiders, nobody worth a damn that's actually mentioned whether or not Alvin Kamara is going to get traded and said whether or not this has some weight to it. I don't think it's going to happen. If you ask me, there is no chance that the Saints trade Alvin Kamara. He's too much of an asset. He's too much of a piece in this offense. And not to mention, his contract is kind of ridiculous and kind of expensive. And not to say that he hasn't earned it. He hasn't deserved every penny he's getting. But for a guy next season who's making $9.4 million as his base salary, $16 million against the cap, $10.2 million in 2024, almost $17 million against the cap. And then in 2025, $22.5 million just as a base salary. So no matter what, he's getting paid that money. And then $27 million against the cap. That's a lot of money, guys. I don't know a team that's going to be able to throw together some new contracts, get some stuff situated, get some stuff under wraps in order to make a trade for Kamara before the November 1st trade deadline, because that's a lot of money to clear up over the next few years. But if you take a look at his career stats over the last 6 seasons, rushing and receiving, this guy does it all. In terms of his touches on rushing in 6 years, almost 1,000 carries, 4,589 yards. That is unbelievable. He almost has 5 yards per carry, 47 touchdowns across his career, and then he averages about 60 carries a game, or at 60 yards a game just in rushing. In terms of receiving, almost 400 catches, 3,454 yards, 8.7 yards per catch, 20 touchdowns receiving, and 44.5 yards as an average receiving. I mean, the guy can do it all. He almost has over 100 total yards just in passing receiving alone per game. Like, that is unbelievable. So I'm going to get you guys' gauge. I want you to take a second. There's going to be a YouTube ad break here. Take advantage of it. Let me know, do you think that the Saints will actually trade Alvin Kamara? If it's me, I'm typing my HN for hell no, because that's not happening. It's not happening. Take advantage of the ad break. Let me know why for yes and for no. The other reason I think that Alvin Kamara is not getting traded is he's been rallying the team. He's been the voice in the locker room that's been the voice of reason. That's been the, guys, we're not living up to Saints football. This is not who we are. This is not what we've been about. He's the one who's getting the swagger rolling. He's the one stepping up, sharing his voice, and making his voice heard. And as a leader in the locker room, it's overdue, and it's about dang time. And here's what he actually said in the locker room after the Thursday night's loss against the Cardinals last week. Even when we're down, and this is talking about in the previous seasons, even when we were down, it was like we were never looking at the score. It was like, all right, man, let's go. Let's play football. We haven't really been playing like that. It's just been a little bit of a panic, a little bit of a, oh, snap, we're down. Like, man, we don't play like that. I still don't have that kind of mentality. And right now, it's make or break time for the Saints. And as crazy as it sounds, they can still bounce back and win the division. Especially after last night's loss for the Bucs. The Saints are a half game back from being in the lead of the NFC South. Like, the fact that we are in week 8 sitting with 3 wins. Now, I mean, it's unfathomable that the Saints are actually still in contention for the NFC South. And here's some more of what Kamara said about getting that swagger back, because we all know the Saints, part of their thing is the amount of swagger, the amount of attitude, the amount of fun that they have on the field. And this right here encaps it all. It does so much to lead by example, but sometimes people got to say stuff. So I felt like I had to say something. What I said, it wasn't me talking at people. It was like, shoot, hold me accountable too. I love that. If you don't see me with that swag and that energy and that pride I'm talking about, then tell me and call me out. Because I'm going to do the same thing to everybody on the field, because I know what it takes and what we want to be. And guys, it's time to get that swagger back. It's time to be the New Orleans Saints. It's time to act golden. It's time to act like you're from the frickin' boot. It's time to play like you're playing for the greatest state across the country, and that is Louisiana. And guys, it's up to y'all to make sure this happens. I need every single one of you to go down and type Saints. Help get the Saints swagger back. Help get this mojo going. Get the good voodoo back on our side. Type Saints down below and let me know and just type it. And whoever types it the most, you're getting a shout out on our recap video. So let me know. And so now it would be remiss if we didn't talk about some of our own trade targets that the Saints could go after. These are 3 defensive guys that I personally think that the Saints should go and look at. Why not? I mean, go and make a trade. If you're in win-now mode, Mickey Loomis, nut up and make something happen. Sidney Jones, he's the first guy I want to talk about. Cornerback from the Seattle Seahawks. He recently got beat out by Mike Jackson as a rookie cornerback that they have. I believe he's a rookie cornerback, but he was beat out by Mike Jackson. That's why he only has 3 games played and 5 tackles. Sidney Jones has done some pretty good things in coverage. Last season, he had 10 pass breakups, no interceptions. The year before that, 9 pass breakups and 2 interceptions. So not bad. He can make tackles. Last season, he had 66 tackles, 45 solo, 1 tackle for a loss. So he can make the tackles. And a big commonality between the 3 guys we're going to talk about is they all can tackle well. You want to know why? Because the Saints have tackling issues. Love that. Next guy, Jonathan Abram, a safety at the Raiders. I think it would be kind of fun. Take him away right before you play him. Why not? It would be kind of interesting. The guy's a tackling machine, though. The guy does nothing but put his head on the ball. He doesn't do a ton in pass break or in coverage. He doesn't do a ton when it comes to breaking up passes, getting interceptions, forcing turnovers. But the guy had 116 tackles last season. This year, 40 tackles, 1 pass breakup. 2020, 86 tackles, 6 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. 2019, his rookie season, 5 tackles, 1 pass breakup. But the guy can tackle. He can do it all. I think that in terms of addressing this issue for the Saints, Jonathan Abram might be one of the best guys to go get. Yannick Ngakoue is the last man I want to discuss in today's video. The Saints' defensive line has been taking some hits. It's been kind of weak. It's been underwhelming. With Peyton Turner coming back from injury last year, he was the first-round pick out of Houston a couple years ago. There's high expectations with him. As a Saints fan, I wanted to see Peyton Turner take that step this year. He has yet to do that. Marcus Davenport has been dealing with injuries. It's been kind of slow for him. But I would love to see Yannick Ngakoue come in to be a guy who pushes Peyton Turner in order to be a better pass rusher and to be a better disruptor on the defensive line. The Saints defensive line is known for rotating and being smart and having a lot of different schemes, a lot of different looks that they have. They have different guys coming in at different times, and I love that about the defensive line, but they've been short. They've been stagnant. They haven't done a ton. Up until recently, there hasn't been a ton of QB pressure, not a lot of sacks generated, but Cam Jordan's starting to get back there. Malcolm Roach, he's starting to make something happen. Hopefully, Marcus Davenport can get it rolling. Shy Tuttle, would love to see you step up a little bit more. But, hey, maybe Yannick Ngakoue is the guy to call. Maybe that guy will push Peyton Turner and some of these younger guys to be a little bit better. But before we get out of here, I want to get the gauge of the Who Dat Nation. If the Saints were to trade for one of these players, one of these 3 guys right here, let me know who it would be. Type SJ for Sidney Jones. Type J for Jonathan Abram. Type YN for Yannick Ngakoue. Who Dat Nation, y'all stay golden. I'll catch you next time.